How can we side with you if you don't defend yourself against the points that are raised? If an 8-point accusation is made and you give no defense, what do you leave this body with?
It's the breaking news we've been expecting. After a more than 5 hours long hearing, City of Miami commissioners voted to fire Art Acevedo from his position as chief of police. And as you just heard, Commissioner Ken Russell say the chief did not put up much of a fight, instead sitting quietly in the second row of the commission chamber.
Meanwhile, the attorney for City Manager Art Noriega, who recommended the chief's termination, provided a list of 8 reasons for letting him go. CBS 4's Joel Waldman was at the hearing tonight and joins us live with more details. Joel?
Elliot and Lauren, good evening to you. Miami Police Chief Art Acevedo is now ex-Chief Acevedo. As you mentioned, he decided not to defend himself by not calling any witnesses as the commission voted to fire him.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimous.
And just like that, Miami City Commissioners voting 5-0 to fire embattled Police Chief Art Acevedo, on the job barely a hair over 6 months. An emotional day for the city's short-lived top cop.
But there are many quality men and women in this department. I want them to know that I admire them and will continue to support them and to fight for them.
You said you never supported him. Did this chief never have a chance from day one?
No. I didn't support the selection, but I opened my office and I spoke with him.
A quasi-judicial hearing intended to be only 90 minutes lasted closer to 5.5 hours as lawyers for the city manager and now former Chief Acevedo dueled back and forth. The attorney for the city manager providing 8 reasons to let the chief go, including his officers losing confidence in their leader.
I ask you to affirm the suspension, issue a judgment removing the chief from office.
The former chief's attorney objecting to the hearing from the get-go, saying they were only given 4 days to prepare, arguing his client was a target because of his desire to change the police department for the better.
He was suspended because he had the courage to do what many of us in the community don't have the courage to do, which is to speak truth to power.
Not so subtly implying commissioners were out to get Acevedo ever since late September, when he sent a memo to the feds asking to investigate corruption within the city.
He was not suspended until after he sent that memo on September 24th, 2021.
The ex-chief's lawyer choosing not to call any witnesses of his own.
The waste of time for me today is that a proper defense wasn't given,
leaving some commissioners looking for the right words to describe what just happened. Are you embarrassed for the city of Miami today?
Sir, I will never embarrass for the city of Miami. I embarrassed by some of the by this to happen. This didn't have to happen.
Didn't have to, but it did today. Now, after the vote, Assistant Chief Manny Morales was quietly sworn in as interim chief in a conference room in City Hall behind me. Today, while testifying, the new interim chief admitted he wanted the job before Acevedo got it and says he would likely apply for it once again. Reporting live from City Hall, Joel Waldman, CBS 4 News.